Whether you're doing keto, low carb, Weight Watchers, the Mediterranean diet, it doesn't matter. My number one tip for losing weight and keeping it off. I'm starting out today's video with every possible disclaimer I can think of. I'm not a doctor, a healthcare professional, a nutritionist. I'm not an expert in the clinical sense. What I am going to share with you today is my own personal experience as a food addict, as someone who has been overweight the majority of their life. You may not agree with me. That's what's so wonderful about YouTube and TikTok and all of these social media platforms. You're gonna find somebody out there that's gonna be on the same journey as you. It's comforting to find that. So if I'm not your cup of tea, I completely understand. Just don't be mean in the comments. Before I tell you my number one tip, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. I have had issues with my weight since I was 8 years old, constantly trying diets, prescription meds, every single drink, all the things on the market. You name it, I tried it. I don't think it worked for me because I have an addictive personality. So whether it's with food, work, I do everything to the extreme, an all or nothing kind of a person. In 2006, I weighed 323 pounds. I'm almost 6 foot tall, but 300 pounds on that frame was still a lot of weight. At that time, I was wearing a size 26, 28, and I knew that in the store, they didn't carry anything any bigger. My doctor had told me my chance of losing the weight and keeping it off with diet and exercise was less than 5%. I made a decision which I regret. I had gastric bypass, RNY. I lost the weight. I gained a ton of health issues. This is just my experience. If you have had weight loss surgery, I truly hope you had a wonderful experience. By 10 years out, I had started to put the weight back on and was up to 232 pounds. I set out to find a way to lose the weight yet again. I stumbled into keto in January of 2019 because my 18-year-old was doing it. Remember when I told you I'm an all or nothing kind of person? The first week I did clean keto, everything by the book, meaning what I could find on the internet, on YouTube. It was extremely restrictive. I managed to make it a whopping 3 days before I quit. I gave up. I threw in the towel. I said, I can't do this. In the meantime, I'm still gaining weight, and my 18-year-old had managed to lose about 25 pounds. I told myself, if an 18-year-old can do it, I, as a 40-plus-year-old woman, should be able to have the willpower to follow a lifestyle and drop the weight. March of that year, I tried again. And guess what happened? Same thing as before. I went on to a low carb keto lifestyle thinking there was only one way to do it. I had gathered all the information, listened to all of the YouTube gurus telling me what to eat. I just couldn't do it. Completely and totally miserable. I would make it 3 or 4 days, fall off of the keto wagon. I would binge eat, but I would start right back. I continued that cycle for about a month. Oddly enough, it was working. I was still losing weight. I didn't have the willpower to continue that lifestyle for like more than 3 or 4 days. I was feeling guilty. I was beating myself up. I felt like a failure even though I was losing the weight. The longer I was doing keto, I want to say the easier it got, but looking back, it wasn't getting easier. I was expanding my options. So I wasn't just eating a handful of foods like I was in the beginning. I was branching out, trying new things, and trying new recipes. Now it has been over 3 years, getting ready to hit 4 years. I have lost all of the weight I had gained and then some. I am now down to 163 pounds, and I plan on doing low carb as my lifestyle the rest of my life. There's reasons for that other than just weight loss. That's a whole other story, but mainly because I now realize that it is sustainable. I can maintain a low carb lifestyle because, now here it is. Are you ready? Get out your pen and piece of paper. This is your number one tip. I can maintain this lifestyle and this weight loss because I don't deprive myself anymore. It's that simple. But remember when I told you I'm an all or nothing kind of person? That doesn't work when you're trying to lose weight and keep it off. Several months into keto, I realized that by eliminating an entire food or food group, it made me hyper-focus on those foods that I felt I couldn't or shouldn't be eating, which in turn made me binge eat. Hello, addictive personality. Hello, food addiction. When I stopped depriving myself of those occasional bad foods, when I stopped looking at them that way, everything changed. I know that it sounds too simple. You may be thinking, no, that's not how it works. And for some, it may not. But if you have the same tendencies as I do, if you have food addictions, if you're an all or nothing kind of person, flipping the switch, not depriving yourself, and having that occasional piece of cake, that occasional bowl of pasta gives you the ability to do this long term. Don't give food that much power. Do not label food good or bad. Some foods have obviously better nutritional value. They're better for your body than others. But no food group should have that much power that it's good or it's bad. It shouldn't have the power to make you feel like a failure or a success. I'm not saying eat pizza every single day. I'm saying the occasional slice, it's okay. All those years and probably thousands of dollars that I wasted trying every single diet, every single pill, every quick fix was because of my addictive personality. Yeah, I may have lost the weight, some here and some there, but I always put it back on because of the all or nothing aspect I thought I had to achieve. And of course, if you can stick with the all or nothing aspect of it and eliminate an entire food group that you feel like you need to for that weight loss, of course it's going to come off faster. The problem is it's not sustainable. And weight loss is all about a sustainable lifestyle. Life is hard enough. Don't give food that much power over you. Do not label a food good or bad, dirty or clean. Don't eliminate an entire food group. Don't skip Granny and Papa's 50th anniversary piece of cake just because it doesn't fit into your points system, or you're told that's not keto, it's one piece of cake. It probably will not kill you unless you're like me, a type 1 diabetic. Start back on your plan with the next meal or snack. We're all different. Find what works for you. You got this. Now, before you go, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. I hope you are having an amazing day. I will see you in the next video, I hope. Have a good one. Bye.